3, 2, 1, go. Be very careful in wagering on the NBA after the All-Star break. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Always important to manage your bankroll at all times, but especially when handicapping the NBA before and especially after the All-Star break. Throw all the records, all the betting trends, and all the angles you've been using over the last couple months to the side and maybe pick those up after about 2 or 3 games for each team as we look at an Eastern Conference matchup. The Milwaukee Bucks at the Brooklyn Nets at the Barclays Center. 5.5-point home favorites for the Nets. Number has dropped down to 4.5 in the market. Total 195 at the opener. Now settling in at 194, 194.5. Disastrous February for the Milwaukee Bucks as they headed into the All-Star break, losing 5 of their last 7 games. 0-7 against the spread during the month of February. They did pick up a 94-92 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers as 6-point home favorites in the last one. And they are 8th place in the Eastern Conference standings right now. They have about a 3.5, 4-game lead over the 9th place team. So definitely something that I circled in handicapping this game, as they're going to want to establish themselves coming out of the break and wanting to land in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Of course, they'd be matched up with the Miami Heat if the playoffs started today. 27-16 straight up historically in their first game following the NBA All-Star break. They've won 4 of their last 5 games in that situation. And they hold their longest active win streak over an opponent. The Brooklyn Nets, they've beaten 13 straight times. Of course, formerly the New Jersey Nets, winning those 13 games by an average of 15.3 points per game. Center Larry Sanders is really the most unheralded defensive player in the entire NBA. Unless you are from the city of Milwaukee or from that area, you probably don't know about him. Of course, he had a great collegiate career at VCU and is known for shot blocking, the main reason why the Milwaukee Bucks lead the entire NBA in that category. He is listed as probable with a back injury. He participated in a full contact practice on Monday, and after that, he commented to some of the beat reporters that he's 70-30, leaning in the direction of playing on Tuesday night. This is the first game of a back-to-back situation. Very interesting situation to handicap due to the fact that these 2 teams will meet in Milwaukee on Wednesday night. 2-game win streak for the Brooklyn Nets coming into this one. I think they would have wanted the All-Star break to come later in the season. They were kind of building some momentum there and learning how to play without starting point guard Deron Williams, who missed both of those games. He was kind of given a few days extra rest. Had some ankle injuries over the course of the year, so the team was taking a real cautious approach. It didn't matter. Picked up 2 solid victories against the Denver Nuggets and Indiana Pacers. 19-10 straight up at home, 14-4 versus Eastern Conference opponents. Of course, this is the first year that they're playing inside the Barclays Center. From a sports betting trend perspective, 0-2 ATS when playing on 3 or more days rest. Definitely one of the better betting trends that I find in handicapping this situation, with all the NBA teams coming off a long extended break. 0-2 in that situation. And the Milwaukee Bucks, 31-14-1 against the spread against Atlantic Division opponents in their last 46 games in that situation. They really hammer teams in terms of covering the spread from that particular division. And with the long winning streak and also the layoff for the Nets and not performing very well in that type of situation during the 2012-13 campaign, I can only look one way. We lost a point of value, but I'm going to officially pick the Milwaukee Bucks plus 4.5 against the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday night. This has been another edition of Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. And for any further information, especially on the Sanders injury, follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.